in some areas of my life, I'm very good at committing and following through with my commitment. And one of those areas is work, right? So I came to this organization 7 years ago. I walked through the doors, broken and just full of junk, right? It wasn't in the trunk though. So I walked in and I began a process for myself, and I began a process of growing here, right? And there were many times during these 7 years that I wanted to stray away from that commitment that I made to myself and that I made to this organization and that I made to Father Gray. One of those times I was walking outside and I seen him by his car, and I ran to his car. And it was one of those moments where there was a lot of stuff going on in my life. I was doing really bad financially. My relationships were all messed up, and I just wanted to quit. I wanted to quit this place, and I wanted to go get loaded, and I wanted to go and pick up a gun again and go right back to everything that I had been before I walked through the doors of Homeboy Industries. And what I did is I had to admit that to Father Gray. I had to tell him, this is what I'm thinking, right? This is where I'm at. And it took a lot of ego smashing in order for me to do that. But the commitment I had made to myself was stronger than all those negative feelings and all the things that were driving me back to that world. And I stayed committed. And here I am still 7 years later. There have been times where, quite frankly, I have felt like an incomplete. Like I don't know what I'm doing, right? Like I've been placed in some positions here where it's been a challenge to follow through. And I've always done my best because that's what Father Boyle told me that I had to do. And because I stayed committed to that, great things have happened, both for me and for the organization. Because I stayed committed, right? Because I didn't quit when I felt like I wanted to quit. Because I didn't just like break under that pressure that I would create for myself. There's some other areas in my life where I'm not as strong in my commitment. My relationships, right? Like it's hard. Well, that's harder than work. And I think that that's what a lot of us struggle with. I've gotten to know a lot of people here. Sometimes this becomes a safe refuge from those relationships that we struggle with and that we struggle staying committed to. And I've struggled with that, right? Like I've struggled to stay committed as a father to my kids. That's not something I'm proud to say, but that's my truth. It's a challenge to be a dad. You know, I got 2 daughters and I have a son. And they're challenging, they're not even children, they're challenging adults to parent now. And so like, I have to search within myself, and I have to take some of that same strength that I use to stay committed to this place and stay committed as a parent, because that's what I've learned here at Homeboy. So I guess my thought of the day, the message I have for you today is like, you know, what commitment have you made to yourself? Have you made a commitment to yourself? Have you made a commitment to change? A lot of us come in with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And it's hard to get away from that because we live the whole life. It was our whole world. But if you haven't made a commitment, like I would ask you to look at that. What are you committed to today? What direction are you following? Or are you going in no direction at all? You know, I'm very imperfect. I'm very human. I struggle, but I stay committed. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to stay committed to the mission and the vision that I believe that this organization stands for, right? Which is the transformation of homeboys and homegirls. That's what we do here. That's what I'm committed to. What are you committed to? Thank you.